Well, welcome. I'm Chaplain Bill Ferris here at Bailey Chase, and I'd like to offer a devotional on Elijah and the challenge at Mount Carmel, and then his subsequent fleeing to Mount Sinai, and this idea that whether it's a large challenge in international politics or even if it's just you in a cave and nobody else, God is still with us, particularly in that still small voice that Elijah hears in the cave. So, first, let us begin with this idea that the world seems to be mocking our God at every turn and at every platform of media in our world today. It seems to be suggesting, where is your God? Your God is not real because the weather's terrible, the hurricanes and war and terrorism and politics and the election. Where is the one true God, the God of Israel? And what's interesting is this mocking is almost a flip side of what Elijah had done to the prophets of Baal or Baal, the Lord, the Master, this false god Baal, who was their weather god, the god of the storms and the weather and the sun and the moon, in particularly the moon god. And so where is he? Elijah mocks the prophets of Baal in this contest where the 450 prophets of Baal had to set up a bull as a sacrifice on Mount Carmel, and Elijah also then had a bull sacrifice. But what's interesting is after he's done mocking Baal or Baal, and saying, where is he? Is he out daydreaming? Is he out being busy and withdrawn? So, and some commentators or some translations say that this is a euphemism for relieving himself. He's out doing something. And he mocks him in that way because he's not there. He's not showing up. It hadn't rained for 3.5 years. Where is he? Where is this God of yours? But this is what the world seems to be saying to us in these days. Where is your God? And yet Elijah not only offers a sacrifice, but pours water over it 3 times. Just pours a whole lot of water over it, and it's filling up the trench, and it's drenched. And yet God comes down after Elijah prays and consumes not only the animal, but the wood and the stones and the water, and everything is consumed because our God is the God, the only God. But after this, Elijah's afraid. Why would he be afraid when he can pray and God can do something miraculous like this? But he is, because this evil queen, Jezebel, who had been the one killing the prophets of the one true God, whereas she'd been propping up her god, Baal or Baal. She claims that she's going to take Elijah's life, and he's afraid. So he runs thousands of miles away to another country, to modern-day Saudi Arabia, to was called Horeb in Midian, or Mount Sinai as we more famously know it. And so he's in the middle of the desert in northwest Saudi Arabia, hot and dry like there's no tomorrow, like a giant hair dryer, if you can imagine that. And God says, what are you doing here? And then God says, I'm about to show up. And a major storm passes by, but God's not in the storm. And then a major earthquake shows up. God's not in the earthquake. And then a huge fire breaks out, and God's not in the fire. And then a still small voice, a gentle whisper, a sound of silence, if you will, shows up. And Elijah covers his face because he knows that that is truly God in the still small voice. He knows that he's there. And God speaks to him and gives him instructions on what to do. And he also not only gives him instructions of further missions he must accomplish for God, but also the idea that Elijah's not alone. There's at least 7,000 more that are still have been faithful this whole time through Ahab and Jezebel's reign of killing the prophets of the one true God. There's still 7,000. So he's not alone with other humans, but also he's not alone because God is always with us. He is always with us. So even if the rest of the world mocks us and says, "Where is your God?" in the midst of these great evils, such as hurricanes and politics and war, God's still with us. He's still with each and every one of us. And often it's not in the hurricanes, in the storms, in the earthquakes, in the fires, and in the wars. Is simply in the still small voice. And so may we all remember and hold on to that idea that, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I will not be afraid, because the Lord thy God is with me. And may we rejoice in our suffering, and may we share with each other how that still small voice has been with us and speaking to us and present with us and protecting us each and every day of our lives. And may we truly be the people of God and know that he is with us no matter how bad the mocking of our God gets. Amen. Amen.